Hey everyone, I just wanted to give you a heads up that this series will take place over the next couple days because there's a lot to cover, but here is just a preview of what's in store. Letters from Christopher by Cheryln Cadle. Hey, true crime community. Tonight we are doing a review on the book Letters from Christopher by Cheryln Cadle. People have asked and emailed asking for a video on this. Yes, I have read the book. There is controversy on the book having some plagiarism issues. However, it doesn't change the fact that Christopher did confide in Cheryln Cadle and sent letters to him and met him in person. So what I did is I went through the book and kind of picked up snippets that I thought were interesting. You may not, but I know a lot of you are just eager to find more content. None of this is new. This is an old book, no new information, but you asked for it. Let's get started.
Had nothing to do with the act of evil cruelty.
So you obviously are a really bad liar.
He is the sloppiest killer I've ever seen.
It looks like he's trying to cover his tracks.
Every time I close my eyes, I start to see her saying, "Daddy, no."
And I'm not kidding. His eyes would go dark when he would talk about the murders. And just dark. And it was very strange to me. And I asked him if anyone else had ever told him that since the murders, and he had been told that.
Life was slow and good in the little town of Fayetteville. Summers, especially for Christopher, were easy and laid back. He liked to spend a lot of time just reading, watching television, and spending time with his grandmother. He was her favorite. She was a German lady who was not affectionate, but loved Christopher and taught him many things about life. He spent a lot of time with her, and she watched him while Cindy worked. Cindy and her mother did not get along. Living just down the street, her mother tried to control Cindy, telling her how to raise her children. Although his grandmother was extremely negative, that didn't rub off on Christopher. In his teen years, he never dated. He was socially very awkward. He had two good friends growing up, though, and never really varied from those two friends. They remain friends today. I knew that listening to the details of a murder from the murderer himself would change who I am. I just hoped I could bounce back to who I was before this. If you listen to Christopher, he is back to being as normal as he ever was. But it's hard to believe you could do something like this and not be changed forever. Reading his letters was shocking and made the hair on the back of my neck stand up. I'm sure you will feel the same when you read the first-hand accounts of what he did, but did not tell the authorities all that took place. It is very hard to listen to a murderer as he tells you all of the details of a heinous crime he committed. Please keep this in mind as you judge. He supported Shanann in what she had to do and when she traveled. This is how she helped to earn a living. Her goals were high, and she claimed to have more than 200 people working under her. She had great ambition and was headed on up the ladder with Thrive. One of the things Shanann did to help with her business was to entertain. She planned parties, some of them quite large, spending hundreds of dollars on one dinner party. It was very important to her to appear well off. Appearances were everything. Some of her friends looked up to her or were envious of her because she seemed to have it all. He always knew where his place was. When they would have company or dinner parties, his place was to stay upstairs and entertain whatever children were there. He didn't mind much because he preferred to stay in the background anyway. And honestly, trying to keep up an appearance was kind of embarrassing for him. Christopher had become a background noise. It's very harmful when this happens to a person, and soon, something will have to change. On June 22nd, Christopher and Shanann went to San Diego with Thrive. Right before this trip, Shanann was always positive and helpful. Some felt they lost a family member or a friend when she was murdered. Therefore, because so many people felt like they knew her, it became a popular crime, one people followed daily. Cindy gives an account that her daughter-in-law would drug the children every night with Benadryl before they went to bed, and that she put the girls to bed by 6:30 every evening, and down for a 3-hour nap every afternoon, saying there were only a couple of hours between the time they woke from their afternoon naps until their bedtime. Shanann was live on Facebook and social media many times daily.
My friend sent me a friend suggestion for him. It was actually his cousin's wife, and I deleted it. I was like, I am not interested. I don't want to meet a guy. Bye-bye.
Christopher says this was an area of stress for him. He did not want to be on camera, and many times, Shanann would put him there spontaneously. She was social and loved being in front of people and in front of the camera.
This was the case that people wanted a punishment for.
So guys, we will continue to kind of go over this book and talk about it and give commentary. A lot of you are not fans of Cheryln Cadle because of the plagiarism allegations. However, I will say I still find the book interesting, and I think we should talk about it. So join me later this week. We'll continue to unfold pages and pages and pages and chapters of this book together. Have a good one.